witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all the way going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to rig the election and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that.
Hey guys, welcome to a short episode of the Chad Prather Show. We want to bring you breaking news as it's happening. As you know, Tulsi Gabbard, she has released a bombshell report unleashing the full power of the DOJ, for whatever that's worth, in these days against former President Barack Hussein Obama. I want to bring my buddy Party Foul Steve on here because I'm going to get his commentary on this before we watch it. Party Foul, are you ready for this? Do you think there's a smoking gun?
No, a bombshell. Smoking gun.
Bombshell. We all knew it, right? We all knew it. But listen, now there could be proven evidence that can be proven. Apparently, Donald Trump, President of the United States, is going after, with the gloves off, former President Barack Obama. This is from my friend Eric Doherty. He says, holy smokes, Trump just took the gloves off directly, saying the DOJ must go after Barack Hussein Obama. Following D&I Gabbard's bombshell documents released, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. There should be severe consequences. Let's hear from the president himself. Play the clip.
Very smart. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all the way going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to do the election and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Highly classified. It's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level. So that's really the things you should be talking about. I know nothing about the other, but I think it's appropriate.
All right, Steve. First of all, I remind everybody that Tulsi Gabbard is a former Democrat. She's a presidential candidate for the Democrat Party. And they went after Donald Trump with guns blazing. They wanted to see him in an orange jumpsuit. We saw that over and over again. And the fact that Tulsi Gabbard comes from the Democratic Party has not been historically a conservative and certainly not a member of the DOJ, or so the GOP, rather. She might actually give some teeth to the DOJ. We might see something happen. They wanted Trump arrested. That was their whole goal. Do you think Barack Obama will see justice through all of this stuff? Will he see any consequences?
I doubt it very seriously. Now, President Trump, in that statement, he didn't use the word treason. Do you know what the penalty for treason is?
Yeah, well, it could go up to that. That's for sure. Yeah. I mean, it could be 5 years in prison all the way up to the death penalty. So, I mean, here is a clip right here where he says exactly what he believes it is. And let's listen for that key word. Play the clip.
Tulsi Gabbard has sent a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him, and Comey was there, and Clapper. The whole group was there. Brennan, they were all there in a room. Right here, this is the room. This is much more beautiful than it was then, but that's okay. I have nice pictures up. They came out of the vaults. They were in there for 100 years. This is much more beautiful. We have the Declaration of Independence now in the room, which wasn't here. I guess people didn't feel too good about putting it here, but I do. But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they look. He's guilty. It's not a question. You know, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it.
They weaponized the government against a political candidate.
That's exactly what they did. We know they spied on him. We know that they came after him, tried to weaponize with lawfare the Department of Justice against him. How many federal judges have held the charges against him, the indictments, all of the things. And we said back in the day, we said that if Donald Trump were to get back into the presidency, and it's no wonder they shot him, because they had to know this was coming. They wanted him dead because they knew that if they couldn't get him in prison, that if he got back in the Oval Office, this is what was going to come their way. Now, I hope there is no presidential immunity. I hope there's no presidential pardons. I hope they bring the evidence. I hope the American people are allowed to see evidence that's there. I hope that we can actually see the smoking gun. I mean, this seems pretty confident that they're dead to rights. So let's not forget a guy like Joe Biden, who was vice president at the time, and besides peddling influence using his crackhead son, he was also somebody that, well, I don't know that he was in the inner chambers. No, let's not forget Barack saying that underestimate Joe's ability to F something up. So I'm sure that they're going to trust him with a whole lot of secrets. They just turned around and made him a puppet president. But here's the deal. They did everything they could to indict and, criminalize and ultimately arrest Donald Trump. And now, turnabout is fair play. How hard do you think they should go after this guy who, by the way, touted himself as a scandal-free administration through 8 years and arguably a third administration under Joe Biden? What do you think comes next, Steve? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your redneck country boy backwoods thoughts, buddy? What's going to happen?
Man, if it was you or I, they would go at us. I mean, so you got to go at him, and you got to peel back the layers of the onion and get the man in charge, and he's the one that was in charge.
Well, he alluded to this about Hillary Clinton. He said that she would be in jail. He said that she'd be in handcuffs, and then we knew what he did. He backed off. He showed mercy. A lot of people criticized him for that and said that, no, he should have gone after her with, both barrels blazing, and I tend to agree. These are corrupt people. This is what do you trust at this stage in the game if our institutions have been weaponized against us, and you're going to turn around during your campaigns and say that we are the threat to democracy, that Donald Trump was the threat to democracy. We all grew to hate that phrase because we know that we're a constitutional republic. But they believe in mob rule. They believe that might makes right. They believe that they would be able to stay in control, stay in power, and ultimately be able to write the history books and censor anything that came out against them. So that's not what apparently seems to be happening right now. I think the no clothes, and I hope that we reveal all of not only the nakedness but the shame that is the DNC that has been led for so long by the great Democratic progressive Marxist Saul Alinsky, Bill Ayers disciple, God damn America, Jeremiah Wright, Messiah who could do no wrong. This jet-setting, probably homosexual, celebrity-laden and supported billionaire Martha's Vineyard, multi-million-dollar mansion, surrounded by scandal, the most deporting commander-in-chief ever, that was never criticized, was drone striking civilians, including Americans, in 7 different countries simultaneously. Barack Obama, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. The emperor has no clothes. Bring the regime down. I pray this is true. Donald Trump, I hope the gloves are truly off. And I would love to see your comments down below on what you think should happen, could happen, or will it not happen at all? Is it smoke and mirrors, or are we about to see real justice and consequences? For the Chad Prather Show, like and subscribe. Click the little button right there that shares this over to your platform so that other people can hear what's going on over here on the Chad Prather Show. We will catch you next time. For Party Foul Steve, I'm Chad Prather. And we'll talk to you later. God bless. Bye.